press point of the SEDE subcommittee delegation after fact-finding visit in Poland and Germany to assess the military assistance mission in support of Ukraine. The press point will be attended by SEDE Vice Chair Lukas Mandl, Anna Fotyca, Member of European Parliament, and Gerard Quill, Head of SEDE Secretariat. I'm giving the floor to SEDE Vice Chair, Mr. Mandl. Mr. Mandl, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you for your interest and for the opportunity to share some thoughts after our Security and Defense Committee mission to Germany and Poland in order to support the EU trainings mission for the Ukrainian armed forces in this very war. Our delegation consisted of 5 members of the European Parliament, members of the Security and Defense Committee from 5 different member states: Austria, this is my home country, as well as Hungary, France, Poland, and consisting also of 4 different political groups. So it was a multi-partisan group. The countries also were represented with Lithuania. So 5 countries, 4 political groups, multi-partisan, and with a clearly unanimous approach to support this EU trainings mission and to support the whole EU support for Ukraine in this endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you the clear view that it might be the case that each generation has its endeavor in defending freedom and in defending our civilization based on values such as human dignity and individual freedom. This very war, which was unprovoked, which is unprecedented, which is against international law, which comes along with cruelty and war crimes, is nothing we would have chosen, but this very war is obviously this endeavor of our generation in defending freedom, civilization and values. And this is why we are in this together, and we have to strengthen our mutual confidence in each and every respect regarding the institutions of the European Union, regarding the member states, regarding our partner Ukraine, and also regarding like-minded third countries. This is why I call the 1.5 years before the 1.5 years of many good beginnings. There were many good beginnings in terms of defense budgets of member states. It was a strong beginning that the European Peace Facility has been used for the first time, this strong as it is used today, and for its very purpose it is meant for. What we have to work for is that we will have a sustainable approach after these many good beginnings in order to defend freedom and civilization. Ladies and gentlemen, we have personally met the men and women who carry out the military defense of Ukraine as parts of the Ukrainian armed forces, included and trained by the EU military training mission. The recent goal is to educate and to train up to 30,000 of Ukrainian soldiers via this EU military training mission, and I can share with you a clear view that these men and women are highly motivated in defending their homeland, in defending their country, in defending their families, and via this endeavor they defend Europe in its entirety, the before mentioned values, our freedom, our civilization. Among these men and women are lawyers, teachers, workers, people of different generations and with different professional backgrounds and backgrounds in the civil society of Ukraine, now all together in this military endeavor which we support as European Union. We have to uphold this strength, this support in terms of training and in terms of equipment. This is connected, and this is also new in EU military trainings missions, that we connect training and equipment with each other. This is the one part, the important part, the military part of defense against the military attack. Another part of the defense of the European Union, as you all know, is the bloodless defense against this bloody war attack, meaning the sanctions. And during our mission, we had the privilege to meet with high-ranking officials of the executive branch and the legislative branches of Germany and Poland, as well as with high-ranking military officials. And we have elaborated also on this issue. And the clear view is that the sanctions meet their target. The sanctions work, and the sanctions will remain an important part of defending Europe, our civilization, our freedom, our values. And there is one additional thing our parliamentary endeavour intends to achieve, and this is the defence against what we call and what experts call hybrid warfare. The attack against our societies also within the EU, via means and measures of hybrid warfare, via cyber attacks, via causing division in online channels, in public debates. Disinformation is the nice, sometimes euphemistic expression. It's actually just lies. It's lies what's spread within our societies in EU as part of hybrid warfare. You know, the European Parliament also has conducted a special committee in elaborating on this and in avoiding this division within our societies, because the biggest strength of Europe is its unity. And so if a power from outside, like Putin Russia is doing, wants to harm Europe, it means to cause division against this unity. We must not let that happen, and this is why the defense against this hybrid warfare is so important. And last but not least, part of especially our parliamentary endeavour, what's unique for the parliamentary dimension of European politics, and maybe politics on each and every level, is that we connect the decision-taking processes with the people in our countries, in our constituencies, with the citizens within our societies, because this will also be important, and an important strength of Europe to the outside, an important strength in defending freedom, civilization and values, that the attention will remain upheld within our societies for this unprecedented aggression militarily against Ukraine, but in many means and measures against all of us, against the whole European society, against actually the whole world. And this upholding public attention also requires transparency. This is why it was so important that after our delegation we immediately also share with you our views, our insights during this press conference today. Let me also share with you that, especially since we are located here in Poland, we have seen the Polish armed forces, the German armed forces on their soil supporting the EU military training mission, but many other nations as well, EU member states as well as Norway and Canada joining this mission, supporting. We highly commend these activities and these efforts from these armed forces. And also, since we are located here in Poland, especially today, we have talked a lot about, with our interlocutors, about Belarus, because it's close and it plays a crucial role. Especially the freedom movement of Belarus is something special, something we should support. And I can share with you the information that the European Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee last week has decided positively on an amendment to recommend to include the freedom movement for Belarus in the so-called European political community, the gathering of all European states where yet only Belarus is missing for obvious reasons. It's an authoritarian regime with a high level of brutality, but there is the freedom movement, which can be seen as proper for an observer status within the European political community, and this is also what the Foreign Affairs Committee of the European Parliament has decided on with a large majority. Last, also part of our discussions during these 3 days was the 10 points peace plan of President Zelensky. So this is also something we should keep the attention up for, because it's an important part of the public debate, which is maybe not yet covered enough, but it's something that comes from the president of the militarily attacked country, who is defending with his armed forces and his whole society his country. And since there is a proposal on the table from President Zelensky, we are supposed to elaborate on it and to discuss it. We are using the European Peace Facility, what it's meant for. This is a very important message of these very days. It's taxpayers' money which is used properly in order to uphold freedom, in order to achieve peace, in order to defend our values, our civilization. This is what the European Peace Facility is meant for. I also want to urgently ask that we will not make geography an issue of any kind of separation within Europe, because some are close, like in the Baltic states, like in Poland. Some might be geographically not that close, but all of us have been attacked via means of hybrid warfare, and it doesn't matter if you're geographically close or not. We are one Europe, we are one civilization, we are one free society, and we want to defend it, and we have to, no matter where we might be located. The whole goal of this endeavor is to re-establish freedom and peace. And what we have as a takeaway from the men and women who carry out the military defense of Ukraine, which we have met personally, which was a great honor to meet them personally. It's an honor to contribute to their training as European Union. Our takeaway from them is that it is worth it to undertake this endeavor, because it's the existential question of our generation. We are facing this existential threat, and we must uphold freedom, values and civilization for the generations to come. Thank you for your interest. I'm more than happy that Anna Fotyca is also with us, part of our delegation all the days, member of European Parliament from Poland, very active member in the Security and Defense Committee. Anna Fotyca, if I may, I hand over the floor directly to you.
Thank you very much indeed. Good afternoon. I would like to start my contribution by as all of us paying tribute to all brave men and women of Ukraine defending with such resolve their country against Russian war of aggression waged by this country, in particular full-scale invasion after February 24th of 2022. Let me mention that over half a year ago, early December previous year, the delegation of Subcommittee on Security and Defense of European Parliament met commanders of the EU advisory mission and training mission to Ukrainian air forces just after 1 month of creation of decision taken in November previous year. It happened close to Rzeszów, just after our departure from Ukraine, from Kiev. Some of us, including myself and Petras Ostrovicius of Lithuania, were part of this. This mission was created in a record short time. And now, after more than half a year, we were really satisfied by the outcome the mission achieved over this period of time. Both in Germany and Poland, we were able to see exercises in progress, also international contribution. Being a Pole, I'm really very happy that government decided to dedicate extremely sophisticated, well-advanced exercise site in Lubuskie voivodeship train Ukrainians. There is international contribution in both places, in Germany and in Poland. We were able to monitor combat, training of in trenches, supervised by very experienced French instructors. Of course, it was excellent Polish command all the time. In Germany, we saw also international contribution. This mission is extremely flexible, tending to requirements and needs of the Ukrainian armed forces. Their assessment of necessities, taking into account variety of stages of their defending of the country, and recently since June in maintaining the counter-offensive. We were able to see variety of modes of training, including very difficult city combat, and perform in semi-natural conditions, especially prepared for this purpose. We are extremely grateful to servicemen, commanders of variety of EU member states for contribution to this. I would like to tell that from the point of view of finances, even reimbursement of ammunition used for this kind of training is of utmost importance. So I would like to convey necessity to strengthen the performance of European peace facility, appealing to my colleagues to look into this and enable Ukrainians train with even higher intensity under supervision and advice of European commanders, very experienced commanders. In SEDE subcommittee, we are able to listen every several weeks to briefing by the mission commander, Admiral Hervé Blejean, and these briefings are of utmost importance. Yet, seeing training, exercises, and performance of Ukrainian soldiers with our own eyes is something different, and we are extremely grateful for this opportunity. It was busy time, rather exhaustive, yet we are happy to have the possibility to complete this mission. Thank you.
Technical questions, as for instance, lack of ammunition. We hear all the time that European countries are out of ammo because they send everything to Ukraine. They are not able to protect themselves, not even helping to Ukraine. So, two issues in one question. How long will the European Union be able to help Ukraine?
The European Union will help Ukraine militarily and defend itself via all these different mentioned means and measures as long as it takes. And one should never underestimate the capability of European Union to do so, and also Never underestimate the strong partnership of the free world. Just look on the facts and figures and you will see we will support as long as it takes. We are able to do so and we intend to do so.
How many Ukrainians have been already trained during this mission, and have you got any numbers how many others will be trained in the future?
We have achieved already the number of 24,000 around, and the aim of the actual activity is to reach 30,000, and what comes after will also depend on the development on the battlefield and on the requests of Ukraine, of course, because the ultimate say is always the one of Ukraine when it comes to military questions, because it's Ukraine that's undertaking the military endeavor in defense itself. Can share with you one additional information that Lieutenant General Michel van der Laan, high-ranking military official based in Brussels, has accompanied our parliamentary mission in order to make sure also the military assistance on a daily basis was always given during our parliamentary endeavor in Poland and Germany. Thank you again for your interest. All the best.